Good morning, Namaskara, Namaste everyone. So today we've just checked out from Udaipur and we're heading towards Ellora. So this is basically the return journey to Bangalore. So we'll be halting in Ellora. Ellora will take at least 14 hours from here right now. And then we'll get you more update about how we're going to halt and where we're going to halt. So right now it's 6:15. We started from Udaipur. We have not exited the city. So we have taken the Banswara Udaipur highway. There are three routes to go to Ellora. There's one via Ahmedabad and Vadodara. There's one in the middle somewhere. But the route which we have taken is showing less in terms of driving time. What matters for us is the driving time. And this road might have a lot of toll, doesn't matter. We have taken an annual pass, so not to worry about that. Quite foggy in the morning right now, and we need to halt in between in case required for a quick breakfast because we left very early in the morning and we not had any breakfast. So let's continue and see how the road is all about. In this Banswara junction, we just halted for breakfast. We found a hotel called the Hotel Imperial Hotel and Restaurant, and we didn't find anything too many here, but this is how we thought we'll stop, have a quick breakfast. Mahana Pratap Circle it's called, Banswara junction. So from Banswara we have connected a National Highway 927A, and we'll have to go at least 73 kilometers to see what's next. So after Danpur, we just entered Madhya Pradesh. This will continue for some time, and then it will enter Maharashtra. So this road is good as of now here. 927A, I think, the highway. From here, Ratlam, Sid, Mandsaur, Mandav, Indore.
আমরা কোন দিক দিয়ে যাচ্ছি?
We're going to go straight.
মানসোর নাকি ছিল ওটা?
We have to go straight. Indore will deviate from one side, but we have to go straight. So now we are connecting the National Highway 156. On my right it shows Ujjain, Indore, Dhar. Actually we will be going via Dhar, Dhule, and then it will go towards Ellora. So this looks like to be a double lane. Till now we were in the single lane. So from here it shows Indore 140, Ratlam 2 kilometers. It seems Ratlam is known for its snacks. So Seo, what we get It's actually famous in Ratlam.
Ratlami se.
Ratlami Sev. So let's see. We will not be able to taste it,
Hey, if there is some
but
food,
we can
buy
feel
some.
the highway at least. Like Sev. Yeah. No, after the heavy duty state highway. So now when we hit a national highway, you feel little happy. Now we are deviating from the 156 national highway to Mandav Dhar highway.
Continue on Mandsaur, Ratlam, Dhar highway for 19 kilometers.
Not sure how good this road will be, but this is not a double lane. But any which way we have to follow Google, because we are all dependent on that one lady, Google Mata. So let's continue this road. So we're crossing Dhar, and it has taken to a highway called 347 Dhar Indore highway. So let's see where it will connect. Eventually it has to connect to Dhule, and from there it will head towards our destination, which is Elora. Long way to go. It will take another probably 6.5 hours or even more to reach our destination, but this is how the route will take us as per the map that we have selected. Now we'll take another highway, National Highway 347C. Right? This is what it
Turn
mentioned.
right to stay on National Highway 347C. Then
347.
turn right onto the ramp to National Highway 52.
Means what? Okay. National Highway 52 actually we'll have to take.
Right onto the ramp to National Highway 52. Then join with National Highway 52.
This highway seems to be good. National Highway 52. It connects to Mumbai. I just saw a board which was showing Mumbai. So anyway, we will not go to Mumbai. We will be going to Elora. So I think it will take another 6 hours, 5 hours 45 minutes, right, almost, to reach our destination. So from here, Dhule is 82, Nasik. Anyway, Nasik will not go to 37. Shirdi is 200. So our point is Dhule. From Dhule, the road will deviate to Elora. Sun is almost about to set. It's like 4:30 right now. 4:35. I think around 5:30 the sun will set. So we just crossed a ghat. There are many ghats actually we crossed. This is one of them. This National Highway 52 is actually very good. It's smooth. Traffic is there, but one can still maintain the average speed. So it's very much recommended for people traveling this side to plan your route, which will connect with National Highway 52. So we've entered Maharashtra right now. Just a while ago there was a check post, and I could see the sun is setting down. So morning you saw the sunrise, and now we see the sunset. So you can estimate that almost close to 12 hours we are driving, but the driving is really, I would say, comfortable compared to the other days, because this NH52 is really good. It's quite comfortable. Although we had been through all these straight roads in the morning, state highways, but in the daytime we found some comfortable route. So another 3.5 hours as per Google to reach Elora. So we should reach by 8:30. We are crossing Dhule, and from here it will deviate towards Elora. So time right now is 6:10. Our estimated arrival time is around 8:40 now, because we have taken a short break for chai. So if the road is like this, then we should be at our estimated time. So from here, this point in Dhule, we take a left towards National Highway 52 again. So my car was stopped by cops, Maharashtra police. I don't know for what. So anyway, I was saying that from this point in Dhule, we have taken a left towards Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar, and this will be just after Elora. So Elora will be before Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar. So basically, I was stopped here because my vehicle is Karnataka registration. So he wanted to check if there's any challan in my vehicle or not. So he punched the vehicle number in his POS or hand device. He found no challan. He said, okay, jao. So earlier also in I think one more place we got stopped, basically to show the DL. It was again Maharashtra, I think. So nothing, just ensure that your documents are intact. You don't have any challan on your vehicle. Keep checking in the online traffic portal and ensure that there's no challan. If you have challan, then probably they'll catch you and you have to pay it. Anyway, now we're heading towards Elora, and we'll get you more update. So ETA is anyway around 8:30, 8:40. Let's see. So Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar is 92 kilometers. Sholapur we will not go today. It is 394 kilometers. And Elora is 30 kilometers before Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar, which was formerly known as Aurangabad. So there's a Ghat road which has come up now, and that is why it was showing more than 1 hour to reach. The Ghat looks like pretty steep. I could see the vehicles going on top, but it's okay. Let's follow the route and reach our destination safely. So we finally found a board saying Elora Caves 26 kilometer. We are staying near Elora, and Aurangabad, which is the old name, Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar is the new name, 61 kilometers. So we're going to check in our hotel shortly, and tomorrow we're going to explore the caves. So we have reached Elora town. This is actually a historic town that's called Welcome to the Elora Caves, UNESCO World Heritage Site. We're just reaching a hotel, Hotel Grand. It's 8:30 now, so we took exactly 14 hours 15 minutes from Udaipur to Elora.
Your destination is on the left.
Including breaks, I would say one breakfast break for about 45 minutes, and then multiple bio breaks, chai break, and etc. etc. So this is the hotel, Hotel Grand. Looks grand. Welcome to Hotel Grand. Good parking space. That's something which we always look forward to. Okay. What is in the front? Basically a coconut tree. Anyway, so we check in tomorrow morning we spend 1 hour in the Ellora Caves. We don't have too much of time to spend because we are in the return trip now back to Bangalore. So see you tomorrow morning. Take care. Good morning, namaskara, namaste everyone from Ellora. We have just come to visit Girneshwar temple. This is one of the Jyotirling. And after visiting the temple, this is the temple entrance. We will go and see the caves. After we finish the caves, we'll start our journey today, and we'll be heading towards Hospet. That's going to be our next destination. So whoever comes here, you can visit here and offer your prayers. So we have taken the samagri for puja, and we're going to charayenge puja वहाँ पे. Krishneshwar, which is one of the Jyotirling. Early morning we have come here to offer the puja, to pray for everyone, to be happy and safe always. So we have done with our puja. What you see behind us is a Girneshwar temple. Mobile cameras are not allowed, so we couldn't take any picture inside, but we've offered our prayer. So from here we go back to our hotel, and
Hotel?
yeah, hotel.
We are going to the Ellora cave also, right?
Before that we're going to go to Ellora Caves and then go to hotel, pack up, and then start a journey for today. So we have come to the Ellora Caves. There are 34 caves, it seems, and the history goes like this: between 6th century to 11th century, these caves were actually built. First by the Buddhists, followed by Hindus and the Jains. It takes at least some 2.5 hours to see the entire cave visit as well as the Kailash temple inside. Since we don't have too much of time, so we just want to see a few of them here, and then we'll probably head back. So this is an experience because this is World Heritage Site, UNESCO, and one must visit if they're around Ellora. This is the main highlight of Ellora, and the Jyotirlinga which we just visited. So ancient architecture, ancient carving, caves is something really worth visiting this place. Let's go a little close by and see what's there all about. We are at cave number 16. Look at the carving and the ancient architecture. It's really mesmerizing. Those days, 6th century to 11th century, how people have built this by just cutting the mountain. This is something unique. Oh my God. This is something really fantastic. One can take a guide, otherwise it's difficult to understand the whole history. We don't have time, so we thought let's just explore ourselves. You can see this mountain has been cut and made into caves and temples and monuments and everything. Upstairs to see what's there on top. Completely dark inside. Just a quick glance. This is endless. 34 caves. We just came to one. Cave number 16. I think the whole day will go if one wants to visit this one properly. We have just checked out from a hotel in Ellora after visiting cave and the Jyotirlinga. So now we are heading to our next destination, which is going to be in Karnataka, Hospete. And after Hospete, we will be leading towards Bangalore. So this is how is our itinerary. Continue watching. We'll give you more update about the route and the journey. This is kind of a hilly and a ghat section here. This entire Ellora is basically a ghat section. And from here we'll be bypassing Aurangabad, Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar, which is the new name. And it will go via Solapur and then it will lead to Hospete. The climate is extremely good. It's winter, it's cold. So I think the right time to visit here is winter, because summers will be very, very hot since it's Maharashtra. But this is a very nice hilly region all around. So we've just bypassed Aurangabad and taken the National Highway 752. This will go straight towards Solapur.
In 600 meters, turn right toward National Highway 52.
So we're getting the National Highway 52 again, which is one of the best I found in this entire trip. So we've just reached Solapur, and from here we'll again take the National Highway 52 as per map, and then it will go to Bijapur, which is Vijaypura, and then it will go towards Hoskote. So as per ETA,
In 500 meters, turn right to stay on National Highway 52.
okay, so as per ETA we should be reaching by 8:30, which is decent in terms of the time what we have taken. So I'll again repeat, National Highway 52 has been really helpful in terms of covering up the
Turn
time.
right to stay on National Highway 52.
So we'll take National Highway 52 and continue. So we are on National Highway 52. You can see one board here, Vijaypura and Bangalore. So we'll have to halt for lunch. Hopefully we'll find some place beside the highway. And once we have done that, then again we'll continue. We are hunting for a suitable place to eat, where we'll probably get clean washroom. No, this is not good enough. So we move ahead. We'll see in a while if we get something. There are many restaurants actually, but depends on your choice and your taste. Mostly all are veg. That's fine, but needs to have clean washroom for ladies. That's more important. And the ambience and probably the crowd should be, I would say decent. I mean, and then only you'll feel comfortable to eat in such a place. So we move ahead until we find a place. So Vijaypura is 101, Bangalore is 629. We'll be making a halt in Hospet for the night, and then tomorrow we're going to start for Bangalore. We're entering Karnataka now. Welcome to Karnataka, Namma Karnataka. So we haven't found any right place for lunch. So if anyone wants to have lunch in this route, must stop near the Sholapur circle. There were a couple of restaurants. We thought we'll have something ahead, but we missed. Now we have to head towards Bijapur and find a good place to have lunch. So we are now in Karnataka. It's a great feeling. After about almost 10 days of the Rajasthan road trip, we've entered our state, and tomorrow we're going to reach Bangalore. So tonight we're going to halt in Hospet. So we are entering the city of Hospet rather it is called. So from one World Heritage Ellora in Maharashtra to another World Heritage which is Hampi adjoining to Hospet, covering 650 kilometers. Estimated time of arrival will be around 8 o'clock. So we took 10 hours 45 minutes to reach. The time was decent in terms of the road and the distance, so not to worry, we were right on time. We have taken less breaks, I would say. I mean, we did not have proper lunch, but we had a lot of snacking, and we took snacking break because we were not feeling too hungry. So another few minutes to go to reach our hotel. Tomorrow will be the last leg of our return from Hospete to Bangalore. So we will start tomorrow morning around 9ish, and then we'll show you the return journey. Checking into a hotel in Hospete, Hotel Malligi. It's a pretty well-known hotel in Hospet, and I got my car parked there. Good morning, Namaskara and Namaste everyone. So right now we're going to check out from our hotel in Hospet, Malligi. Hotel was good, food was also very good, and from here we're going to head towards Bangalore, which is our the last leg of our journey back to home. It should take about 6 hours. So we have relaxed, had our breakfast. It's 8:30 right now, and in a short while we're going to check out and head towards home. So continue watching till we reach home. Be with us. So we have left from the hotel. As per ETA, it is showing around 5 hours to reach Bangalore, 313 kilometers. So hopefully by 2 o'clock, if we don't find too much of traffic, we should be able to reach home. at the finishing line of our Bangalore to Rajasthan road trip. It's 1:30 in the afternoon and we just reached Nagasandra area. So this 11 days road trip was really fantastic, I would say. And we wanted to cover Rajasthan properly. So we have done that. Jaisalmer and Udaipur were two destinations which we want to cover. Everything went on well. Everything was fine. So we're heading back to Bangalore. The excitement of reaching home is something different after 11 days. So in case you guys want to do such road trips, you may please, mention a small comment. And if I am able to answer that, I'll be really glad. So our home is just about 5 minutes from here. So thanks for watching this entire video. There are many videos which you can watch of Rajasthan trip in different parts, which will probably help you to plan as well. So enjoy watching, stay safe and stay happy. Goodbye. Thank you.